Hey there, it's Len with the Toy Temple. This is part 3 of the Overwatch Ultimates Carbon series. We took a look at Genji and Zarya, and today, hey, why not? Let's do Pharrah. And I hope you'll join me. And here is Pharrah out of the package. And first things first, you may be asking yourself, Glenn, why is she in such a not so dynamic pose? Well, she's kind of hard to stand. I mean, these ankles are so tiny. I mean, really tiny. And her upper body is so heavy. She's kind of like a candied apple. It's incredibly hard for her to stand. And I did review this figure quite a long time ago with the Mercy Pharrah 2-pack. And I gave her quite a good score. Let's check that out real quick. They're 5 and 5. This is the first 2-pack I've ever bought that's just a flat-out 5. That was a long time ago, and I do actually have some complaints about the figure after this long. So it's nice to go back and revisit, isn't it? Like an old memory. So the first thing I want to talk about, outside of the issue with it standing, is just how top-heavy this thing is. It is incredibly hard to do anything, and that's probably why the original came with this handy-dandy stand. That way you could actually, use Pharrah and not have her fall over. See? Just like that. But the 4-pack doesn't include this. Thus, Pharrah constantly wants to fall over, which is a shame. So you gotta kind of like have her barely stand and make sure her arms are completely even and equal, and it's not great. So that's weird. Another thing, she has bicep swivel, but then she has single jointed elbows, and she can rotate her arm there as well. So you've got a rotation there and at the bicep. No one's arms function that way. Not one person on Earth has not one person on Earth has that ability. I assure you. If they do, contact me. I've got ideas. The shoulder pads are floating, kinda. They're kind of pegged in, but they, I don't know what the deal is on these. They certainly do not clamp on as well as the blue version, which, hey, why aren't I using that? Let me go grab that. I'll be right back. And here's the repaint with the original, and I do like the original more. The blue and the gold just looks really great. The black carbon look with the red, I do like, but I just like the other one better. The metallic paint that they used on the blue one just pops so much more than this this dull gray. And I get it. It's a cheap way to do another figure, but I don't know. I just like the blue better. But the shoulder pads, I don't know. They're just tighter on this Pharrah, and then on the repaint, they're just a lot more floppy. They do open up to reveal these unpainted, I don't know, missiles. Yeah, sure. She does have kind of an ab crunch. Yeah, sort of. It's there. She also does have upper diaphragm, which is nice. Nice little combo. Works well if she's, flying or shooting or something like that. Double jointed knees. Always happy to see those. Upper thigh swivel. Legs kick out that far. Not much there because of the deco. And then they do kick back quite a bit. Wow, look at that. Can she kick her own head? Wow, that is some range. You don't see that every day. And then she also does have ankle rocker and ankle pivot. And she is pretty flexible once you get down to the legs, but the upper torso, I've got questions. So many questions. Now, as far as the face, I don't like that you can't move the visor out of place to see. I mean, they did a really nice, face sculpt, but you can't see it unless you look at the figure from the bottom. Like there's a whole thing over her eye, and she's got lipstick and eyeshadow, and you just can't see any of that. And I feel like on the blue version, they did a much better job bringing out those details. But on the other one, it's much duller. And the skin tone might be different too, if I'm looking at it correctly. Huh. Let's do this. Let's go take a look at her few accessories. Not quite as many as this one. And then we'll come back for a final score. For Pharrah's accessories, I've reviewed these before. during her 2-pack with Mercy, but I'll do it one more time real quick. She does come with these little translucent wing pieces, this time in yellow again. Couldn't change that up, could you? Then there's also these little black wings that they fit into, and I didn't like this last time, I don't like it now. There's no indication as to which one fits in where, and they barely hang in there. I don't like the wings very much, but I don't know, they fit into the back pretty well, and they're not necessary. The translucent pieces are not necessary because they look fine without them. They're just blast effects. The gun, slightly different than the one before, this time with red and black. She holds on to it okay. The paint looks good, a little yellow along the barrel. No blast effect fits in there, but the red, the black, the silver, I mean, you can't really go wrong with that combo. Looks good. Big gun. Big guns are cool. It's easy. So, what are my final thoughts on Pharrah? Well, you know, I'm going to adjust my original score. Pharrah by no means is a perfect figure. She does have issues. Couple things. The weird biceps, yeah. The paint being not as great as the blue version, sure. The face being a little different, you know, not quite as painted, not quite as detailed. The dull gray, just not doing it for me. I get the idea of the kind of the stealth look for this 4-pack, but not my preferred Pharrah. So, you know, it did come with less accessories. It is a 4-pack, and I forgive that. But the wings, they're the exact same. Same issues, where if you mess with them too much, they fall right out. I'm not going to do that because this is the finale of the video, and I've already done that. So with that, let's see. I will give this an updated score. And yes, I did just set it up, but because of movie magic, I'm using the wings to stand her up. 3.5. It's a good figure. It's not spectacular. It's not as good as I thought it was, especially in this color. It's just, it's not doing it for me. But it's still a good looking figure. It's just not very functional. So if you can pose it just right, it looks amazing. But it takes a lot of work to get that done. So if you have the patience, I say pick it up. So with that, thank you so much for watching. Hit like, share, subscribe. In the comments below, which one do you prefer? The all, you know, black, red, silver, or the blue, gold, beautiful metallic Pharrah? Let me know. Hit me up on Instagram and Twitter, both at The Toy Temple. And remember, you're never too old to enjoy the things you love. See, there she goes.